Hi everyone and good morning, this is Julie from Totally Holistic Health, and today I thought I would share a really gentle chair yoga practice with you. A lot of people, it is my greatest belief basically that everybody can do yoga. So whether it'll be sort of more gentle yoga practice, more of a stronger yoga practice, there's always some type of yoga that will suit somebody. So obviously if you have mobility issues or maybe slightly arthritic in the knees or the joints, sometimes you might find even a gentle class can be a little bit of a challenge for you, which is fine. That's why chair yoga is so useful, and also chair yoga is brilliant for, if you're stuck in an office as well, you can actually do yoga in your chair and in your office desk, as long as you don't get some strange looks from very weird people working around you. So again, it can be done anywhere. So it's a really, really nice way because you've got the support of the chair. And it's just really nice because you're not putting too much strain on the body. Now, the only thing I will say is obviously everybody's body is very individual, so even though I can guide you into what may be suitable, or you can try, if you feel there's any pain or anything anywhere, just stop doing it, because obviously that's a really good guidance to obviously you're pushing yourself a little bit too much. So maybe just pull back a little bit and try more of a gentle option, and then gradually the more you do it, hopefully the easier it will get. So we're just going to start off first of all is, so basically you need a chair, preferably with no arms. These little metal folding chairs are really, really useful actually. So if you've got one of those, or even just a kitchen chair at home is really, really useful. Or if you are in an office, again, preferably ones without little side arms as well. So we're going to just come to the front of the chair. Now, if you find that your legs are a little bit short, what you can do is we're trying to get the feet to touch the floor. So if you've got a little, if you can't touch the floor with your chair that you're using, just get maybe a book or cover that with a towel, or maybe just like a rolled up blanket or something you can put underneath your feet so that your feet do ground down into the floor. So we're going to bring the feet to about hip width apart, so your knees are nice and right angled onto the chair. So try to come forward a little bit from the back of the chair so you've got a little bit of gap behind you. And what that does, it just allows you to bring the body nice and tall, so you are engaged in that core a little bit, just to have that lovely upright posture. So fingertips or the back of the hands can be onto the back of the knees or wherever's comfortable for you. So again, if you feel you want to bring them by the side, that's fine. If you want to place them on the knees or maybe into the lap, that's absolutely fine. But just try to make sure those shoulders are moving away from the ears, so you're really, really nice and upright. Just engaging that core very gently. I'm just going to take a few minutes just to bring the body into some sort of sense of quietness and stillness, and just focus on the breath. So ideally, preferably breathing through the nose if you haven't got a cold or hay fever. If you do feel you need to breathe through the mouth, that's fine, but ideally the nose is better. So just taking a few moments out. And when you're actually doing the breath, just see if you can notice any sensations in the body as well, whether you notice that your shoulders feel a bit achy or your back's hurting, or just use this time to draw attention to any areas of the body that may be a little bit of discomfort, or maybe the neck. But just having that awareness of where any sensations come is really, really important. With each breath, just allow the shoulders to sink down. Really just notice that stillness and calmness. And if you do find that your mind goes wandering off into mad things like shopping lists or what you're going to do for the rest of the day, just try to focus on the breath. It's really, really nice to have that mindful breath. Okay, so very gently opening the eyes. Okay, so hopefully feel a little bit more grounded now. So what we're going to do is, starting off, we're just going to immobilise the top half of the body first. So if you do have issues with the shoulders, obviously just be really, really careful. So we're going to bring the arms by our side, palms facing outwards. So very gently we're going to bring the arms above the head. So we're going to breathe in as we bring the arms up. Now if you find that your arms are restricted and you can only do to here, that's absolutely fine. If you do feel you can bring the arms slightly higher but your shoulders are a bit restricted, bend the elbows, or if you do feel happy bringing your arms above the head, again that's fine. There's lots of different options. And turn the palms, bringing the palms down as you're breathing out. And again, breathing in, bring the arms above the head. Just stopping at whichever area suits you, so either there, or bending the elbows, or bringing the arms above the head. And allowing the arms to come back down. Really slowly so you can actually feel sensations in those shoulders. So we'll do some very gentle shoulder rolls, just bringing the shoulders up and back. Really nice, just releasing that particular area of the body. And then bringing the shoulder rolls forward. Brilliant. Okay, so we interlock the fingers in front of us, pushing the palms away. And again, very gently bringing the arms above the head. So again, if you do need to bend the elbows or just go into a little bit more gently, that's fine. If you do feel you want that lovely length in the side body, again, that's absolutely fine. I'm gently going to twist around to the right. So we're going to bring the left elbow onto the right knee, and then bring the right elbow or the right hand behind. Again, just bring on the hand into the back of the chair. Just very gently use that arm just to very gently twist you around. So again, don't be too much of a rush to just wrench the whole body around. Just really just ease gently into it, and just notice with the breath how that feels. If it starts to pull it anywhere in the lower back, just releasing back a little bit. And if your head and neck feel okay, you can just look over that right shoulder. And again, just taking that time to really notice any sensations. Make sure the shoulder blades are still down the back, so you don't bring the shoulders up towards the ears. And gently coming back to centre. So again, interlock the fingers again. Push the palms away and gently bring the arms above the head. Now if this is actually a bit too strong even with the arms above the head, what you can do is just keep your arms down and then very gently just twist around to the other side. So again, twisting around to the left, either with the arms above the head, or just bring the hands onto the knees, and again, left hand onto that back of the chair, just using it to push yourself around to the left. Again, the head can come around last if that feels okay. And then gently coming back to centre. So we're going to do some side bends now. So again, you can bring the arms above the head and go into a side bend, again if the shoulders are okay, or if you're not feeling okay in the shoulders, keeping the arms down by your side and very gently just lowering the right hand down, sliding the left hand up to the waist. Again, you should have a lovely stretch here on the left side of the body. And then gently coming the other way. So just sliding the left arm down towards the floor, and then just very gently bringing the right arm onto the waist. And again, just being mindful of how that feels. If that's too strong, again, just coming back up. It doesn't matter. This is your practice, so you really just bringing that mobility in the body is really, really important. And gently coming back to centre. Okay, so we're going to bring the legs into play now. So we're going to very gently bring that the right knee up towards the chest. So you can bring your hand just underneath that knee if you want to, and just see how you can draw that up into the body. Try and stay nice and upright again, so try not to slouch too much in the chair. Just have a nice upright posture, bring those shoulders down the back, and just see how that feels. You're not overdoing it. I mean, you can just bring the foot to here again, that's fine. Or bring it up higher. Okay, so we're going to bring that right foot now onto the left knee. Now if you've got restrictions in those hips, you might find that that feels a bit more uncomfortable, so just cross the legs over just a little bit, enough so you've got a little gentle pull on the outside of that thigh, but not overdoing it, okay? Or if you're feeling okay, just bring that foot more onto the left knee, so you've got slightly more open posture, and again, that might be a little bit more too pulley, so just bringing that knee back in. Okay, so again, try and stay nice and upright. And if you do want to increase that stretch a little bit more, if that back feels okay or the hips feel okay, just very gently lowering that right knee down. And again, nice and upright. Use that breath. The breath sort of helps release all the muscles. And again, if that feels okay and you want to just push yourself very, very gently a little bit more, you can bring a very gentle forward bend into there. So again, either bring the arms above the head and coming forward, or just very gently just allowing the chest to come forward. Again, if that pulls too much on the lower back or into the hips, just stay upright. Again, which is nice just to maybe add that a little bit more if you've done this a few times, just to see if that increases that stretch in the hip a little bit more. And if it's, if it pinches at all, just come straight back out of it. And then gently coming back up to centre. So we're going to bring this knee off the foot and then bring that leg down. Okay, so just take a few moments just to check into how that feels. If there is any discomfort in that hip, just allowing it to settle before we move on to the second side. Okay, so get yourself nice at the front of the chair again, bringing the left knee in towards the chest. So again, you might just find that here is all you can bring it, or if you can bring it closer in, that's fine. Again, making sure you engage that core. Keeping the breath nice and steady. And again, if you want to put that left foot onto the right knee, that's fine. Again, you might find one side easier than the other. I always tend to find that my left hip is actually much easier to work with my right. So again, if that does feel uncomfortable, though, again, just crossing that leg over a little bit more, just to help alleviate that tension in the hip. But if that feels okay, bringing the foot onto the knee. Again, this might be what you want to do. Or if you do want to see if you can push that down a little bit more, again, just not overstretching it, just really, really allowing the breath to release that hip. Again, if you want to, again, try to come forward again, you can, or you can just stay where you are. Again, just be really mindful of how that feels. If you want to bring a little bit of a forward bend into it, you can, but that will put much more pressure onto that hip. So if that's just too strong, just staying upright. Very gently releasing out of that. So we're going to bring that left foot off the right knee. Okay, so again, just take a couple of moments just to notice how you're feeling now. So we're going to introduce a nice supported warrior pose. So this is a really lovely pose to do, again, to open up the hips a little bit, and chairs are perfect to do this on. So we're going to just turn slightly sideways. So bringing both feet over to the right. So we're going to bring the right leg out, so it's coming out towards the level with the front of the mat, or front of the chair. I've actually got a yoga mat on the floor. You don't have to have a yoga mat for this. It stops my chair sliding too much if I'm using it. So with the left leg, I'm going to just very gently bring that behind us. But we're also going to use the support of that chair just to very gently slide the hamstring. So the hamstring is supported onto that seat of that chair, and bring the left leg behind us. So try to flatten the back foot onto the floor. So your right hip is coming forwards, or your right knee is coming forward, the left leg is just nice and straight there. So if that does feel too strong, you can just bring that leg to the front, so you've got a nice right angled area there. So whichever you decide to do, we can bring the arms into play now. So again, just bring the arms up, so nice and strong with the arms. Again, if you've got issues with your arms, just either bring the hands onto the hips, or you can just keep them onto the knees. So you've got quite a few options again, or again, if that leg does hurt, just bringing it slightly closer in, so you've got a nice right angle. We're actually now facing towards that right leg. Keeping the arms nice and strong. Slowly bring the arms back down. So we're going to turn the other way. So bringing the left leg, so it's nice and parallel with that front of that the chair. So the left's coming out the side. So we're going to slide back on that chair so that the hamstring or the back of the thigh is supported on that chair, and then just bringing the back leg back. Again, so keeping the foot nice and flat. So you've got a lovely warrior pose shape. And then we're just going to point towards the left leg. So reaching forward. And again, if that's too strong, we're just going to bring the right knee in. So you've got a lovely right angled pose there. And again, we're facing towards that left knee. So again, the left knee can be, the arms can be up if you want to. Or again, you can just rest them on the thighs, but again it's really nice just to have that support and you're really opening up the hips. And we've got the support of the chair as well. So again, if you have got issues with the strength in your legs, again this really does help. You're not putting any stress in your limbs at all, into your joints. It's just really more for just using the chair for support and opening up those thighs. And then gently coming back down and gently coming to centre. Okay, so we're going to bring the feet, so we come to the front of the chair, bringing the feet nice and wide. So very gently, we're going to just either bring the hands onto the floor, or sorry, onto our knees, and we're going to come forward. So a nice forward bend. So again, it doesn't matter how far forward you can come. This is your choice. Try to keep the back nice and flat. Watching the breath. Gently coming back up to centre. So we are going to bring the knees together again now, and we're going to slide to the back of the chair. So I'm just going to turn the chair around a little bit actually to show you what I'm going to do now. So we're going to slide to the back of the chair. We're going to bring the fingertips behind our backs and just draw the fingertips down towards the floor. So again, what you're trying to do is open up the chest. So bring those shoulder blades together. If you want to bring your head back a little bit, you can. Not too much, so we're not wrenching it right back. We're just trying to keep the spine in line with the head. And again, very gently coming back to centre. So we normally finish the practice with a bit of a meditation, so if you do feel you want to, just spend a few moments just to really check into the breath and just notice how you're feeling now, obviously with the chair facing the other way. Again, that's feel free to do so, and it's really nice just to really notice now any sensations you can feel. And the main thing with any yoga is obviously the more you practice, the more you're going to open up the joints, the more you're going to just allow all the lovely fluids to come into those joints to help lubricate them as well. So just listen to what your body's telling you. If it hurts, just pull back a little bit, but the more you practice it, the easier it will get. But if there's any comments or any problems, just message me or just put some comments underneath this video. Until next week, take care, and I'll look forward to seeing you then. Bye bye.